Hi, this is Rick, Easy Photo. If you've been keeping up with us, we've been talking about doing book scanning a little bit with our new CZUR scanner. This is the 16mm one. They have another one with a book cradle, and it's at 20 megapixels. But a couple of things came out in our conversations with others online, and we just want to touch base with you. So the challenge is when you open a book, the focus, there's some physics involved, right? So the detector's here and the focus area is here and it's set and everything is allocated based on this. So when we start getting thick books, you may wind up getting some distortion out of this. So we need to address that a little bit when we first encountered that. And you'll get a 45-degree angle and the thing will shoot off, especially if you're using the mode where it takes both the face pages. Not so bad when it's in the middle of the book, but when you get up over here and it's really kind of wonky, this type of thing. So we found a couple things off. If your book has a jacket, take the jacket off. That's the first thing, all right? The second is, if you think about this, if this is flat here, you see I'm way up above where I was originally focusing. So you're going to see a huge pixel difference because this image will be closer, and if you were to kind of do like this, this is farther away. And so what we want to do is we actually want to raise the scanner. And the way you do that is find a book about the same size as the book you're scanning, and you raise it, okay? Make sure it's a solid base, okay? Now what I've done is I have it in effect raised up and pretty much got everything on the same plane. Make sense? So what happens now is the algorithms used for doing facing pages will work. Now obviously you don't have this problem when you go to the manual selection, with the exception that when you do manual selection you will still get some pixel shift. But now we can just use our foam, and in this instance we're going to just use the left thumb to just hold that area like so, okay? And we're set to facing page, and we're going to go ahead and turn on the overhead LEDs. And when you're dealing with white papers and light papers like this, without like what we were showing you when we were doing that old book, the old scrapbook in the other project, this works perfect. So I've got the overhead lights. I've set this for 60 cycles or 60 hertz cycles, and what I can do at this point is I've got really good light. I can actually intensify it just a bit, and I can go ahead then and hit the button and scan. Now when I do that, I can just merely turn the page, do it again, and scan. Now the interesting part about it is when I do this, this scanner has a feature called auto scan. So what you can do on this is you can actually go ahead and get things going like so. You've got the page, you're ready to go, and it will go ahead and scan as soon as it detects that the area is clear. And you can literally do 1,000 pages an hour if you can turn the page that fast. So this shows you a little bit about it. We'll post up for you guys the actual images, both when we do it by just the page selection, as well as we'll get one of those wonky 45-degree ones that you get. I'll go ahead and turn off the auto scan. And you'll see some really great results. We are using 300 DPI, and we are using, as I said, 60 hertz cycle. So I hope that answers your questions about if you were just doing a standard regular book. Just raise that focus up just a little bit to make it this way. Obviously, you're using a small thin book or a pamphlet or a piece of paper, you wouldn't have to do that. Hope that helps.